Hello YouTube and welcome back to my games of Pixel Piracy. My name is SSJGazhan 99 and as always we're back here for Pixel Piracy. This is number 14. This is going to be a two-part video. Unfortunately the video went on much longer than I actually wanted it to, I intended it to, so I'm going to bring it into two separate parts. I've had to record the audio separately of course because my audio won't sync up with me cutting the video in half and having an end piece. So I'm actually going to do it here. And I'm going to read off the usual stuff. So, right, patch patch 0.4.5.0 was released today. It basically contained 15 new items for the pirates to consume or equip. It added the passive critters. It added cats, tortoises, chickens. It added a few different bits and bobs as well. They all do different things. I found that chickens can kill you pretty quick if you let them sort of get to you. Cats can be dangerous as well. Tortoises not so much. The tortoises are the ones that drop the best sort of stuff. They actually are able to drop books and things like that. Okay, next one is they've added legendary encounters, like boss encounters. I've not even bothered to try and look at one of those because that just looks dirt. It says it's danger level 10,000. You'll see it on the video very shortly. Bug fixes that have been fixed, where the screen flips around when you pause the game. It's never happened to me specifically, but there has been a few reports of it on the forums and people complaining about that, which is fine. They fixed it. Good job. They've improved the world generator. I can't really see how they've done it. They have improved the map a little bit, but it still looks very blocky and kind of out of place. So I'm actually going to start the video now so this one doesn't get on too long. So we're going to start again from Gazhan and the world of Homeland. Now, the other balancing issues they made were as a balance to crew EXP was increased from 100% to 400%. So now obviously you level a lot faster. Just checking the different stats of my crew at the moment because I wasn't too sure exactly what I've been doing. Now, with the chef's knife and things like that, again, I've been reading up a few more bits and bobs, some different like talents and stuff. Now, the chef's knife says that it cooks better stuff, but I don't seem to see that, so I'm not too sure exactly what's going on. Now, the last balancing issue that they actually increased was the weapon's passive abilities. So abilities like parry, crit, a chance to do extra damage, things like that, they've all been increased. So, right. So what exactly are we doing? Right, so let's get this on the go. Right, so if I remember rightly, in the last video, we went onto this island, we had a 3-man encounter against, I think it was 4 versus 3, on this island against some tribal guys. We ended up winning the battle, and we are now looking at the new world map system. So this is basically the new world map system compared to the old one. The old one is just basically like a square block, and you moved around that square block. This one here shows you all the different nodes and nodules that you can actually fly to. Now, unfortunately, it didn't actually load in any of the legendary encounters until after I restarted this save game. So it allowed me to load this save, but it wouldn't allow me to do anything beyond that. So yeah. The other things that I did find out are things like crew members and things like that. I'll bring up my video, I'm talking about my sort of small guide I had. There's things like good skill traits that was added again. This actual post was put up by a gentleman called Di on the forums. It was basically a traits guide, and he was just saying that the different sort of people that you should look out for. This one here, I was just gauging whether that I could actually take that 100. Like I've got 14 HP on my captain. I don't think I've got any ability to heal myself at all. At this point, I'm working out how many points do I need to level up my TP. Now, TP every 15 levels, you get 1 point of TP. I've been trying to work these numbers out anyway, so I'll go through it anyway. I might do it while I'm here. Strength is a 10 to 1 ratio, so every 10 points you get 1 damage. I believe vitality is a 1 to 10. Intellect is a 15 to 1, so 15 points to get 1 TP. Dexterity is a 20 to 1, so you need 20, 40, 60, 80 to get 1 to 1, 2, 3 and 4 and so on. Agility, I believe, is the same thing, 20 points to 1, and crit is the same thing, 20 points to 1. So Some of them are really good, like vitality, strength, especially if you're going with the swords and weapons. It is very good, but this is basically where I was just calculating whether I could actually make this fight and win this. I believe with the Falcon Blade and the swords that I currently had, I should do okay. So I go in for the encounter. I do my normal spacebar to keep checking HPs and stuff. Yeah, we've got one guy dead, so it's just a matter of getting this guy dead. One guy on 1 HP there, so I thought that was my captain, but it wasn't. So I'm probably going to lose this guy here on 6% HP. I don't think I've got any ability to heal him at all. Yeah, I've got no ability to heal him, so it's just whether we get the attack next or he does. And I think he gets the next attack and then we kill him. So we lose that guy, but you know what? Not much I could really do there. It was one of those, I needed some sort of ability to heal him and there was just nothing there. So a little collection. I'm very cautious there, to be honest. The thing you've got to look out for, and especially now, is the tribal statues could have a chance of spawning more tribesmen. So you've got to be really careful, but I believe that only works with certain types. Like if you go with mystery or something like that as part of your starting setup, it may give you that. You know, whenever you got a chance of spawning extra guys from the tribal statues and things like that. So you got to be pretty careful. So yeah, this put up a post about the different traits and things like that. He says that each individual each individual pirate has a certain skill. The ones to look out for are things like the pilots, the boothman, shopkeeper, merchant, murderer, thief, and rustler. What they do is they give you pilot gives you a percentage increase to your sales speed, so you get places faster. A boothman gives you 100% sales price, starts at level 10, straight up, maxed out. So all the stuff that you sell back, you get 100% extra value for. The same thing with the shopkeeper and the same thing with the merchants. They're all very good for those sort of things. Now, the murderer, basically, when he kills a unit, this point in the game I was deciding whether I wanted the hammer for just big blows to the face, have that in your mushki, or to just stick with the brutalizer. I believe I get one. I think I give him the brutalizer, and I think I leave the hammer. If I remember rightly, I think that's how I did it. Did I buy the hammer and sell the brutalizer? Oh yeah, there we go. So I buy the hammer and sell the brutalizer, I believe. I think longsword would give me 20% parry, and the hammer gives me a chance to interrupt. Yeah, 5% chance to interrupt, where before it was like 2 or something like that. So it is very slow, but it does a lot of damage and it does interrupt, so it's pretty good. So let's get back on with it. Sorry. So the murderer, basically, when he kills a unit, he has to kill the unit. I will then, or that murderer would then gain EXP for the kill, if that makes sense. And that's basically how he works. You've got Thief and Rustler, both have exactly the same effects, and that is to loot 5 gold when they attack, which is basically, it's pretty good. It's like these stiletto type things. So if you had someone like a Thief or Rustler with a stiletto, they take like 7 or 8 gold or whatever it is per attack. Statistically, which is quite good, these ones have specific stat upgrades. Assassins have a 50 plus agility when they start. Priests have a 40 plus luck. Basically says 40 or greater, 50 or greater. Duelists have a plus 30 strength. He's dead. Yeah, plus 30 strength or above. Mages have 100 plus intellect. That's why this guy here that I've got now has got like 117 intellect, because he started with 110. So it was really quite good. He started up as a mage, and it's got boxers have a plus vitality. Now I can't exactly 100% confirm this exactly what this guy said on the post, because I've only been able to see one boxer, and he did have 44 vitality. So whether that's confirmation or not, I can't guarantee it, because I don't know. I've only ever had one, so I can't guarantee that. But that one's quite good. They're good stats to have on certain characters, but obviously you need to have the corresponding abilities and stuff. You need a high morale, high hunger value, so they don't starve too quickly and you can't manage it. The rest of them are all pretty pony, really. To be honest, they're all very average when you get to them. So yeah, that's just one post. If you guys want me to actually put this, link the post into the video so you can actually read the post for yourself, I will most certainly do that. I can obviously edit the post afterwards and put it in. Just give me a shout on the actual video itself. Just give me a message. I'll run over it. I'll post the link up there anyway. There is a few guides actually to the game for the new setup and stuff. Excuse me. So yeah, definitely check them out on the forums. Because it's well worth it. This one here just gave me like an overview of how to make a little bit more money early game, because that's where I find that you'll struggle, especially on this game. Is definitely the early game is where you've got such little money. You know, your crew are low level, so you take a lot more damage. You know, you haven't got the items really to output enough damage to really warrant going out there. Sometimes the loot that you get from going into ship encounters and things like that is next to nothing, really, to be honest, and you can barely pay your crew. One thing I do like that the guys have added, again, the gold. That's the first time I've ever seen a golden egg on this game. Now, again, I can't really point that out, but if you look, you've got a couple of new bits here. Let me just show you. You've got a couple of new bits. If you can, my mouse on the screen. You can't see my mouse. I'm not too sure how to bring that up, but if you look just above where my mouse is now, you've got what they call the chicken feather. That now gives you 100 EXP, which is pretty good. You've got an egg just next to it, to the right of the what's it there, the feather. You've got the egg, which gives you 2 HP and 50 hunger. So that's a good little, HP regeneration type thing. And the golden or the yellow thing next to that is the golden egg, which I never actually was able to sell, because you can only sell these sort of things to the book vendor now. So it kind of makes it weird. This one here, oyster shell, again, it's another one I wasn't actually able. I've just highlighted over the stuff there. If you want to see them, you can see them there. Look, feather, 100 EXP, golden egg, the shell. Again, I was not actually able to sell any of this stuff because you need to have the bookseller or the books vendor to sell it. And when the new map took over, it actually overwrit my old map, so I couldn't actually see where I'd started, which made it a bit of an issue for me, to be honest, to be able to find out exactly where it is. Now, again, I would have liked to pick that mage up, because obviously I know that it's going to get higher TP values, but yeah, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I think I choose the up-and-coming boxer. I think this is where I go here. He was a shopkeeper, but if I remember rightly, I've already got a merchant, so I basically go with the boxer instead to see what that thing is. So Alan Kincaid. So he's daring. Bravery is this pirate's middle name. He is muscular. This man kicks like a mule and can wrestle a horse to the ground. He was an up-and-coming boxer after a few run-ins. His old mentor and former combatant was severely hurt in the ring. He vowed to become a pirate to avenge his non-death. So yeah, but vitality plus 33. So he started with 33 vitality, which kind of makes sense. It goes with what that guy was saying about it being a 30 and up. So it does make sense. Again, in terms of weaponry and stuff, there's not a great deal. He's quite a smart boxer as well. 24 for boxing is not for a boxer is not bad. His morale's good. Again, 986 and 906 for hunger. I think I just pretty much boost him up to level 3 strength. Yeah, there we go. Just straight up to level 3 strength and probably intellect, maybe. Yeah, just put 2 points in intellect. It needs to be level 30 to get to level 2 anyway. So, and the captain, 33 points, gets in there. Level 4 strength. Probably level 3 vitality. Yeah. And intellect is fine. I think I need to get to 135, I think, for the next TP value. I think TP needs to be... so yeah, there's 20 on agility, which basically I found out was increased to dodge and parry? Something like that. It increases your dodge or something. I don't remember it saying definitely increases your dodge. It might be attack speed, actually. It could be your attack speed. Now that I'm thinking about it. Give me a second. Just quickly, I'm actually looking that up right now, just so I can tell you guys what that stat does. Right, strength affects the pirate's melee weapon. Every 10 strength points is +1 to damage. Vitality affects the health earned every level by a pirate. Intellect increases the TP gain. Dexterity increases the range damage. Every 20 points is one range damage. Agility affects the attack speed and dodge of your pirate. So yeah, I was right. It was attack and dodge. So it wasn't parry. In luck, basically, every 20 points of luck is 1 crit. So always a chance of catching fish on fishermen, navigators, cannon, and fishermen get luck on level up. Luck affects the chances of encounters of enemy pirate boats, cooking, catching fish, or being able to land the cannonball at a further range without missing. Alright, so that's some good information to know. So that, again, that was just reading up from one of the guides on the Steam forums. I also found out things like the different styles of chests. I didn't know there were different styles of chests. I just thought they were just chests with different pictures, but they are actually different styles. You've got the bronze, silver, and gold chests that have different valued items and things like that on them. So that's pretty decent. I believe I'm just literally just swimming around. Really, I'm not really doing anything of great. I'm just literally just swimming from point to point and just taking as much gold as I possibly can. Again, one of the big things they did do in the game, I think I actually got stopped midway through while I was trying to talk this one through, actually. A lot of people have been complaining about morale and hunger. Now, morale and hunger are still... They're not bad. They are much more manageable. So, if you go to your starting island and you go to your pub, send all your guys that you have on your ship to the pub, and their morale will auto-fill. They'll start buying some booze, and they will drink themselves back into happy states. So that's definitely something that some people need to know, because some people have been complaining a lot about it on the forums, and it's quite clear that a lot of people have been saying the same thing as I've been saying, that when they go to the pub, they actually refresh their morale. Now, granted, if you've got like if you bought the game and you're up to date, you probably know that already. Yes, that's fine. But some people have obviously got some of the older games that were released for demos and things like that. If you go onto Steam and download a demo, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll probably end up with a slightly older version of the game where the morale and hunger hasn't been fixed. So, in order to fix that, what they've done is they've done it so that when your crew go to a pub or an inn or whatever you want to call it, I call it a pub because that's basically what it is, where you drink beer or mead, grog, whatever you want to call it. So that's basically what they do. You go to the pub, they will refill their morale. They may sometimes refill their hunger, but most of the time they don't. So you still need to provide food. So that's definitely something that needs to be said and put out there. And that's like 17 minutes into the video. Probably something that needs to be said at the start of the video so people can understand where they're coming from. I can understand where most people are coming from in terms of like food, hunger, and morale issues, because most of my videos, probably the first like 10 videos I made, were all complaining about food and morale issues. So, but look at that! That chicken just hit me for 4 damage, man. 4 damage from a chicken. Like, seriously. There's a turtle there. So here I was trying to show everybody how the turtles work. The turtle just hit me for 6, man. Hit me for 6, and then hit me for 6 again. I get him for 9, but unfortunately he didn't drop anything. So here comes me against the chicken. The 9, 5 damage. Like 5 damage from a chicken. So I think this is actually where I die. I think I die here. I have to restart the game. The other thing you can do as well, which I probably should point out to some people, you can actually keep your save files. There you go, look, there's me dead. I just died there, yeah. There we go. When I was moving across the screen to leave, I think I clicked on the chicken and it went, it would have just killed me because I had 3 HP left. But I think on the video I was like, hang on, I had like 20 HP left, didn't I? Jesus. And I just get crit for like 20 from a fucking chicken. So yeah, if you want to keep your save file, do not press escape. Do an Alt F4, and it will close the game down, reboot the game with your save from the last island that you went to. So if you've got a specific game file that you're doing really, really well, and you actually want to continue playing, you can continue playing by Alt F4ing instead of escaping out and playing again. Now, the whole point of my videos for Pixel Piracy is that I take the pirate as far as he can go. And then once I get to a point where either I die because I've not got like a life buoy or a preserver, whatever you want to call it. A life buoy is what it is. A life preserver is a jacket, whereas a buoy is a buoy. You know, that's why I let them die. You know, I try to save them when I've got the chance. I'll pop potions, I'll give them buoys or whatever to stop them from drowning, or I'll try to keep them alive as much as I can. But when they die, they're dead. You know, I could always go Alt F4 and carry on playing, but what's the fun in that? You know, you want to start from the beginning and try something new. So that's why I let him die and didn't carry on. Obviously, it was an error that I couldn't fix, you know, because I didn't actually realise that I'd clicked on it until after he was dead. So yeah, even at the start there, I was just like, hang on a minute, why am I dead? What's happened? So here, it's I'm trying out a new technique. So I just need a quick slurp. I would like to have kept that old captain, purely and simply because he had such a high intellect value. It was very, very good. It was easy to learn things. It was good to get around. This one here, he is a leader. This pirate takes charge of the situation no matter how dire. He is well built. Hard labour is no stranger to this pirate. He was a cobbler. His shoes were this man's profession. Yet he wanted to use his own to seek adventure. That's pretty much his description. Captain's name's Gazeta. I believe it's the same as the last captain, but it could have been Gazhan, the last captain. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's only a couple of seconds ago, and I still can't remember. So yeah, I basically decided, like, when yesterday, just before yesterday's patch went live, so to say, in inverted commas, basically I decided to do a test run myself. And now I must have been playing for about 2 hours, something like that. This one here, I think I clicked the samurai because I thought the samurai might have a specific stat increase, but I wasn't too sure. So yeah, I've done a test run yesterday, and I must have played for like 2 hours yesterday. Got really, really far. I was doing really well, and I basically followed a simple guide. I made my ships small, stole bigger ships, made them small, and kept all the wood blocks, or sold the wood blocks for more money, able to buy more crew. But obviously, as my crew was getting bigger, I was adding an extra block or two here or there. It got very, very boring because I was just like spacebar. You'll see it in this specific video because I use it a lot in this video where I'm just going spacebar, delete the boat, and put new blocks down. So I might just do that for a couple of missions, get a little bit more gold under my belt, and I'll just read this out in a second. Get a little bit more gold under my belt, and you know, and then carry on. Just leave the bigger ships when if I want it, I'll just steal it. Right, so Lucio Shipton, he is our samurai. He is adventurous. This pirate is the happiest when opening treasure or swashbuckling. He is scarred. Many scars line this man's body front and back. He has seen battle. He was a samurai, having bathed his sore in the blood of hundreds of enemies, garnering immense fame and fortune. He decided to become a pirate for absolutely no reason whatsoever and eschew his past. So yes, a very smart samurai as he is. Low damage, really, to be honest with you. You expect samurai to have quite high damage, high agility, but low damage, high intellect. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So we go on. I've got the standard Falcon Blade, 300 EXP, can't go wrong. So grab the best thing to do, I'd say early game, especially at the moment anyway. There's lots of changes going on into the game at the moment, so you've got to be kind of careful when you try and do some sort of tips and hints videos. As the game is right now, I would suggest going your main captain with either the TP gains and go with a book, or I would go, my own personal preference is to go to Falcon Blade. The thing with Hawk the Flatulent, he's just not good enough. You know, because of his specific stats, his morale drops like a stone, so I really do recommend not going for the Hawk the Flatulent. Poo and Pants is very good, especially if you want to get that early game, like fast learner is very, very useful early game. So is cooking, so is cleaning. Fishing could be brilliant because it's an infinite gold and food generation, as long as you get the cooking to go with it. It can be really, really good to have those abilities very early game. So the TP gain early game is very good. If you go with the Falcon Blade, the +6 damage early game is very, very good. You can solo ships with your captain on your own if you really want to. Do you know what I mean? So that was me pointing out where you can actually sell your wares and things like that. He's the best person to sell the random wares that you have in your bag as well. So here I'm just basically picking up some food. The best thing to do, I would say, early game is pick the Falcon Blade at the moment, or the TP. Get one pirate, small boat, food. Pick up as much food as you can, and then use that technique to clean your boat. You know, go into the ship generation, right click, delete. Yeah, why would you do that? Why? I've just cleaned the boat and you crap on it again. What? It's pretty much what I said in the live video. Might as well add like a little bit on the end there. You can it almost looks like a boat then, you know, if you just put like the little sail kind of, you know, you can't actually see my mouse there, but if you put a sail in the middle right there with like a, you know, sort of where the guy's standing, if you was to put like a mast and a sail, it looks like a small little boat you get from like Robinson Crusoe or something, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, increase my strength, +2, vitality +2. There we go. So, and on to the next island we go. Right, sorry for that waffling, but I thought, you know what, I might as well do some explaining while I've got the chance, because normally when I'm actually playing in the game, I don't know if a lot of guys that do the live recordings and stuff, like how the crap got stuck on the boat, man. What, you know, some people that do live recording, I don't know how they can constantly come up with things to say and talk about and things like that while they're live recording, because I find that I'm so tunneled into the game. I'm trying to, like, you know, what do I need to do? I need to go here, I need to go here, and you'll see it sometimes when I'm talking inside the game, and I'll be very quiet because I'm talking to myself. I'm like, I want to do this, I want to go here, I'm going to do that, I'm going to go here. I'm actually on. Oh, you know, I'm live recording. Right, so I'm going to try and do this, and I'm going to try that, and you'll hear me going a lot, because, you know, you're trying to think of new things to say, and you're trying to think of, you know, stuff to keep people interested in the game, and sometimes I find that very difficult. It's kind of like on the fly type attitudes. So this is what I do a lot when I come into encounters. I look at what I've got. So I'll go to my captain. I've got the cutlass on him. I've got my captain with the Falcon Blade, both 18 HP. They've got 27 and I think 21, something like HP. So or 25 and whatever that one guy is, 21 or whatever. And then I sit there and think, right, I'm going to be doing 6 and 2. They've got like daggers, so they're doing 1 and 1. So I will actually win this battle overall. I'll win the battle of attrition because I'm doing much more damage than they're outputting to me. They might be attacking me quicker, but I'm actually doing much more burst damage than them. So I'm going to win this battle. And what I gain out of this ship that I steal, I lose 4 blocks and I gain like 12. So I actually profit from this boat. Like if I was just to break this boat down into 4 blocks and sell the other lot, I gain something like 180 gold or something similar to that. So the way it works is when you go to the next island, I don't think I actually do it very well here, but when you go to the next island, you break the boat down into small pieces and then you basically sell off everything else. And that's pretty much what I decided to do here. That's why I go straight to that island. It's like, if I go for that encounter, I'm going to get a new boat. So, might as well break it down. But yeah, I do find that trying to make stuff up on the spot while you're playing a game, pretty difficult. Now, this encounter is going to be very easy. My captain hits for 6. My other guy hits for 2. So, I'm pretty much going to win this fight. My captain will one-shot half that team. So while they're doing their thing, I'm just going to empty the boat out, as you can see. Get rid of a lot of this. A lot of this I could just sell, do you know what I mean? So I'll let them get off the boat first. I'm not too sure how good that is in terms of deleting the boat parts as you're moving onto the island. So you've seen me do this a few times, and it probably takes up a lot of the video time as well. Probably doubles the time on the video. but you know, it's well worth it. The thing with the dogs as well, you've got to be very careful with dogs because they hit hard. They do hit very, very hard, and they hit very, very quickly. So you've got to be really careful. Definitely. There I go with that again. You know, I'm not even playing the game and I'm erming. They're definitely worth keeping your eye out for. And as you can see with the chickens as well, keep your eye out on those damn chickens because they're deadly. The other one I had as well was with the cats as well. They can be very, very strong. In the game that I played before, when I was testing the game, I nearly died to a cat. It was like hitting me for like 9, and I think it crit me twice. I think, and I actually finished the battle on 1 HP. That's how close I was to getting killed by a cat. Yeah, so definitely keep your eye out for them cats because they can be absolutely deadly. So I definitely recommend that. Until you're self-sufficient in terms of food and stuff, I would definitely say pick up as much food that doesn't need preparing as you can. So obviously make it as cheap as possible. So say I think the sauerkraut is quite good. It's I believe it's 65 feeds 3, whereas say for instance the watermelon is 50 feeds 2. So for 15 more you can feed 3. But if you go for the next stage up, which I think is the sea biscuits, it's 85 feeds 4. So when you work it out, 65 feeds 3, you might as well buy 15 of those, and you'll actually benefit more than you would if you was to go with, say I go 5 of those instead of 2 of the sea kraut. Now this one here, I wasn't too sure about this one because when I looked at that picture does not look good. When you press spacebar and you've got about 30 ads there, you're like, holy crap, what the hell? You know what I mean? There's no way I'm getting through there. So I'm just checking to see whether these actually upgrade, and they don't. They failed miserably. So I'm sitting there thinking, this is not a good situation to be in. I've got 12 points to level myself up with, but I've done nothing. I don't fancy doing anything with these actually. And I'm looking at that thinking this could be absolutely dire. The guy goes out on his own. The captain comes in last because I accidentally clicked on a mob, so he doesn't move. And then the dogs start wailing. But luckily enough, there's only 2 dogs on the entire island. The rest of them are all neutral creatures, and I'm just like, wow, I've got away with that. Seriously got away with that. There's a turtle there. Go on, do him, captain. Go on, do him. All right, he's left him. He left him alone. Never mind, he's left him alone. He's wailing away on the oysters. Another thing to point out as well, and it's very, very close to the end of the video, this part anyway, do clear out all the neutral mobs, including the oysters. The actual gems from the oysters are 155 gold each. So definitely worth killing them. If you see them on your starting island along with a load of neutral minions, kill them because they will give you a lot of gold. So yeah. So we're actually going to kill these off, and then I'm going to end the video here after we actually finish this island, and I'll get part 2 on the go in a second. So we're going to go straight in and start attacking this turtle. Turtle's hitting me for 4, drops a book, fishing, lovely. If you can get that fishing book without having to pay for it, awesome, because that fishing book is 440 something gold. So definitely worth getting that for free. Definitely worth it. Trying to grab as much crab meat as I can. Just crit for 12 there. Nice. And that's the end of that one. So trying to see if that tribal hook actually does anything. It doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video right here, and I'll be back with you very, very shortly for the second part of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.